Okay, day 5 of my cleanse. And I guess I should start off by telling you about day 3 and 4. Day 3 sucked. Day 3 sucked. I had absolutely no energy, which annoyed the crap out of me. I tried to clean out my closet, and the act of trying on clothing was entirely too exhausting. Honestly, I had to take, well, it's not like I was like panting and taking breaks, but I mean, like, I'd be like, okay, like I'm gonna sit down for a while, and that was pretty obnoxious. Day 4, likewise, I actually felt pretty good. However, I had to go to the store, and as I just sold my car, going to the store involves about 1.5 miles each direction. And yesterday I had to buy cat food, which is heavy-ish, not really, but for carrying it back 1.5 miles, whatever. So it was hot out, and when I got to the store, I got inside and I got the spins, which was awesome. Not at all awesome. And so I was embarrassed. I really didn't know what to do. Like I kind of was like, do you stop walking? But like I made it to the bathroom, thankfully. I made it to the bathroom, and I just went into a stall and I just hung out for a while until the spins went away. Once the spins went away, I drank some water, and I continued shopping. So walking home actually wasn't bad at all. Although I did, when I was leaving the Safeway, there was a Jamba Juice and I was a little concerned about myself, and I had this whole like inner dialogue thing happening about like, do you stop? Do you get like the tiniest of orange juices? Like, do you get fresh squeezed orange juice? Like how do I behave rationally? What's best for my body at this point? And ultimately I didn't do it. I continued my walk home, and that actually annoyed me. It annoyed me because I don't feel like that was necessarily the best decision for my body. And it kind of got me thinking about some things. It got me thinking about how I don't have any energy, which annoys the piss out of me because I'd really like to be exercising. It's a beautiful day. I really want to ride my bike, but I'm not feeling like I have the energy to do it. So what I'm considering doing is staying on this fast for another few, or possibly a little bit longer than that, days, and then switching over to a juice fast. So that I can get like some green smoothies, get some green vegetables in me, at least. Maybe, some spinach and kale and some celery, and then, God, like an apple sounds so fucking good to me right now. An apple sounds amazing. Because I want to be able to exercise. I really enjoy exercising, the mental kick that I get, and I miss it. I fucking miss it. But what can be said that's good about this current state that I'm in, that's more or less lethargic, is that at least it's consistent. Whereas prior to the fast, like my energy levels were not consistent because it's related to like what you're putting into your body, and I ate pretty healthfully, but I'm learning more about how to eat and whatnot, and I think that I'm interested in giving raw foods a shot, at least incorporating more of them into my diet, into my lifestyle, because I think that it's worth examining. It's worth checking out. And at this point, with the fast and everything like that, I think that it would be a really excellent time to go ahead and incorporate some of that in there. So I intend to do a juice, or incorporate juice and juicing into my fast, and then kind of switch over to probably what would be something like a raw foods detox, which would be really juice heavy, and then kind of slowly move into more solid foods, because I'd like this to be a sustained process, a little bit longer than just fasting and then going right back into well, I know you transition, but going into food and eating the way that I was eating before, which seems pretty healthful to me, more or less. Lots of like beans and legumes, and lots of vegetables and things like that. But I don't know. I want to give this a shot. I believe I do. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about today was why I call this a fat woman's master cleanse. I'm going to try not to take up too much time with this. I'm already at 5 minutes, it says. But I'm calling this a fat woman's master cleanse because there's no way around it. I am a fat woman, and I think that people who do not know me and who would witness this would assume that one of the reasons that I'm doing this is to lose weight. And so I think that it's important to address the fact that I am quite happy with my body. I'd like to feel a little better. I'm doing this primarily for reasons of connecting better with myself, with my body, and as a matter of an exercise of my will, more so than anything about changing my physicality. I want to change sort of how I feel on a physical level, but not anything necessarily about my body. I enjoy my body, but when I look around YouTube, I see a lot of videos of people who are really, really, really involved with themselves, and they're really focused, including people who've done this for 40 days, which how you come through 40 days of fasting, and your 40-day video is solely about, look at my body and look how it's changed, and nothing else. No like spiritual content, no further insight, but oh, I lost all this disgusting fat around my tummy, and like no more flabby thighs. That is such an unhealthy thing in my mind. Like, my heart aches for these people. They must really be devastated when their body goes out of starvation mode and they start feeding themselves again and they put weight back on again. I can't imagine how these people feel. They must feel awful. And so I will say that I know that I'm losing weight. I can see in my body that from these 5 days that my body has changed. But I realize that is it's a side effect of this, and it's not necessarily a sustainable side effect of my fasting. So that it annoys me to see people hating themselves publicly. It annoys the fuck out of me to see people hating themselves publicly. You want to smack them. I want to smack them. I'm not accusing you of wanting to smack them. But so I think it's important to address that. And I don't know. So that's a little bit about why I'm calling this a Fat Woman's Master Cleanse, because I know that there will be questions about that. If people actually do end up viewing this, there will be questions about, oh, did you lose weight? Like, what did you lose? Blah, blah, blah. I did take measurements prior to beginning my fast, and I did take photos prior to beginning my fast, and I may share those at some point. But I'm not interested in sharing them now because I don't want that to be the focus of this. And not at all because I'm ashamed of sharing them or sharing those details. I'm quite proud of my size and those numbers. And so for that reason, I would love to share them with you. I would love to sing them to you, actually. But I won't, because I don't want some of those people who hate their bodies to get a hold of that information and to think to themselves, wow, I could really lose a lot of weight doing something like that, and do it specifically for that person, for that reason, because being a woman who weighs as much as I do, I can lose considerably more weight than somebody who weighs 150 pounds doing something like this can, and I don't know if people often realize that, and I just think that that's bad stuff to put into people's heads. So I rambled on way too long. I probably expended all the energy that I had for the day in making this video, so I think I should go read a book now. Alright, I'm not going to make a video every day. You don't need to see me every day, but I will in the next couple of days or so. Ciao.